That's as live as it gets.
Well, we are live now, Peter. Well done. Hello, everybody. This is Neil Kilbey and
Peter Schmitz.
And today we're going to be talking about live. That's Facebook Live, LinkedIn Live, and why first of all, why it's so important, because that's where all the unpaid traffic is coming from. But more importantly, what it is we do when we do go live. And so what I'm going to say to Peter is that there's two things that we do. We create content that is about our clients' pain points, okay, and the solutions about them. Now, that's what we do here, and that's what we're suggesting to our clients what they should do.
So let me illustrate with an example, right? This is what we talked about a few minutes ago, or before we got on, was how about an example for the solar industry where a customer, a prospect, is interested in the solar energy panels on his roof, but has questions about that. And so, to use your example of going live, there are probably 8 or 10 very common questions that every homeowner tends to ask about solar. I mean, I've sold solar, so I know this a little bit. So you make a live about each one of those questions, and one of them will be like, well, what happens to the extra power that my system produces? Or will the panels, withstand the hurricane or a tornado? Or right, how long are the panels, warranted for? All these kind of typical questions that a homeowner is going to ask, turn those into a live video, 2 to 3, 4 minute in length. And now you've got your content to engage your audience and lead them to hopefully a sale at some point after they've seen enough of your lives. And through the live process, right, doing all these videos, like if I'm doing these videos, I'm going to build trust with the consumer, assuming they're interested and they're watching them.
Absolutely. So the first thing is that you're saying there is that you're building the scenario where you're the trusted advisor by giving good advice, basically. I mean, I'm answering their questions. It's even easier than giving good advice because I'm going to phrase it in such a way, Neil, that I'm going to say, I've talked to a lot of homeowners and this is one of their very common questions. Yeah. So now I'm relating to that homeowner in a very, direct and polite way, because instead of just giving advice, I'm phrasing it as I'm answering a question that a homeowner asked me. And what's interesting, at least in the solar world, is they all have the same questions. Well, I think in every business I've been in, there are only a limited amount of questions that people really do have. They don't have 20,000 questions.
No, they do
not. They will probably run out of steam after 5, okay, and struggle to make it to your top 10. Okay.
Well, and then the way around that is when I've answered this one question, let's just say I'm going to talk about, people often ask, what's the warranty on solar panels? So I answer the question, and then I say, now listen, if you have any other questions, just reach out and contact me, and I'll happy to do another live video, or you can contact me directly at my email below.
Right. And so I've noticed we don't have our emails below at the moment today. So well done, Peter. Stop bringing up ideas like that. Now, so the fundamental point is that every single thing that you've said there, okay, for higher ticket items, okay, we could go across an industry and ask what are the top 10 questions, and if you've been in the business of whichever business that you're in for 5 years or more, or a year or more, you probably know the top 10 questions that people ask.
Yep, everybody does. Every business owner is going to know because he's answered them a dozen or more times easily.
Okay, so you're going to be answering these questions that people have, okay, in a non-threatening environment, because they don't have to answer us. They don't have to do anything. They're not speaking to a salesman when they're listening to a live broadcast. Okay, they may be talking to somebody who will sell them something, but they're not interacting directly with them. So it's totally non-threatening, and they can just get the advice and the answers that they want from somebody who's happy to give it to them. Okay, yep. And that is the important bit, is that it's good advice. Okay, it makes you the trusted advisor, but for the moment, the platform that people want to see that on is live.
Yep, they want to see that live.
And so here we are. That's what we're doing, and that's what we're suggesting you do. So, Peter, thank you very much for your time. Absolutely brilliantly explained there. And we will see you all again soon.